Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we will be reviewing and disassembling the Bauer 25 automatic pistol. This is a little pocket pistol similar to the Baby Browning. We will be reviewing it and disassembling, field stripping, to be able to service this pistol as it's a little bit dirty. And I thought I'd take the chance and show you guys how to disassemble and reassemble this pistol in case you have one of your own and you're interested in taking it apart to be able to service it yourself. So stay tuned, let's get started. Alright guys, so before we get into this pistol, let's make sure it's safe. Always take out your magazine. So these pistols are set up with a bottom catch for the magazine, so all you got to really do is bring that catch back, magazine lifts right out. Check our chamber, make sure we are clear and safe. Alright, so now that the pistol is clear and safe, let's go over a little bit of history on these pistols. So the Bauer automatic is a 25 ACP pistol. It was manufactured between 1972 and 1984 and is basically a clone of the Baby Browning. This particular pistol is made with stainless steel. The frame and slide are both stainless steel, making it very durable and resistant to corrosion. Now, this is a great little concealed carry pistol. It doesn't weigh much, about 11 ounces, 11 and a half ounces to be exact, and a total length of 4 inches. All right, so this is a great design, very discreet and easy to carry in your pocket. Alright, so as you can obviously tell, it's a small pistol. It's a pocket pistol, but despite the small size, it's surprisingly comfortable to hold. I mean, I have big hands, or I consider myself to have big hands, and it's comfortable. Yeah, your ring finger and your pinky finger are hanging out, but it's honestly, it doesn't bug me. Like, it's comfortable to hold. Now, the iron sights, yeah, I mean, basically nothing there. They're iron sights. It's your typical pocket pistol style. It's designed for close range, and the sights on it, you know, they're functional for the distances that they were designed to be used for. So you can't really complain about that. Now, the controls are simple. You got your thumb safety up and down on your left-hand side of the weapon, and your magazine release is on the heel. All right, it's your standard magazine release down on the heel of the pistol. Now, it's not designed for rapid reloading, but again, for the intended purpose, it's more than adequate. Another fun fact about the Bauer pistol is they are collectible. It is a collector's item since they're no longer in production. These pistols have become somewhat sought after, especially among those who appreciate vintage firearms. Its connection to the Baby Browning adds to its allure, making it a prized possession for many collectors. So they do go for a little premium, depending on where you find them, but they are fun. They're not extremely expensive, but in comparison with other pocket pistols, yeah, they're a little bit on the higher end. Alright, so now we got to everyone's favorite part, or at least my favorite part, disassembly. So I'm basically taking this one apart because it is kind of dirty at this point. I mean, it's stored away for quite some time, and it has its little bit of surface crud on it, and I just wanted to get back to its beautiful form that it deserves to be in. So very simple to take this one apart for field stripping. All you really need to do to field strip is safety down, right? So pull down your thumb safety, and then all you got to do is bring back your slide about a quarter of the way back. All right, hold it towards the rear and rotate your barrel clockwise. Once you do so, your whole slide just comes right out. All right, then you got your guide rod. It's a captured guide rod. that guy comes right out. And then your barrel simply comes out by rotating it back counterclockwise, right? So you're disengaging those lugs. See that little cutout right there? I don't know if you guys can tell. So that cutout, once you rotate back to its original position, you can slide that barrel forward and out of the slide. All right, as you can tell, it is kind of cruddy in there, old dried up oils, but that's what we want to take care of. Now for the firing pin, it is loose in there. So basically what keeps the firing pin in place in the slide is its retention against the firing pin catch, right? So, or the sear, whatever terms that they use for Bauer. But that's pretty much what retains it in the slide from coming out. Now the extractor, we're gonna leave it in. We're not gonna take that apart. We don't need to be able to service this firearm. But as you can tell, it's chunky. It's stainless steel. It's good quality. The barrel does need a little bit of cleaning. Everything needs a little bit of cleaning. It has this dried up oil. As you can tell, that yellowish goldish hue to it. That's all dried up oil and grease. As you can tell, same thing on the side of the frame. So that's that. Firing pin has its spring. Take that out, and then we have the plunger towards the back. All right, so that is the pieces for that. As for our grips, it has one screw that goes right through into the other side. So it has like an echelon on the right hand side of the grip and the screw on the left. We're just gonna get our little screwdriver set over here and get a bit that will fit our grip. I think this one will work. Yep, that'll do it. And we're just going to take out our screw so that we can release our grip. Take out one side and remove the other. All right, so grips are out. As you can tell, that's why I wanted to take out the grips, so that way we can clean up all this area over here. Take off that old oil and grime that we got just in there. All right, so that's as far as I'm gonna take down the Bauer. I don't need to take it down any further than that in order to clean this up. For stainless steel, I like using, for this dried up stuff, I'll use a little bit of let's say hops solvent and either a bristle brush or some steel wool, depending on how caked up and how dried up this is. I always try the brush first, and then if that doesn't work, quad out steel wool, a little bit of solvent, cleans it right up. Alright guys, so I got myself some gloves so I can get into some of this cleaning. I got myself a little bit of hop solvent. I got a nylon brush. See if the nylon brush will take care of this stuck on dried up oils on this pistol. It seems to be coming off. Yeah, it's coming off. So we'll just scrub up this whole pistol. I'm not gonna bore you guys with this part, so stay tuned. Once I finish cleaning this pistol up, we'll get back into it and we'll get started on reassembly. Alright guys, so I got everything cleaned up and oiled. I ended up having to use a little bit of steel wool just to get all that dried up oil and grease off of the pistol's frame and the slide and everything. I made sure to give it a nice little coat of oil to protect the metal, even though it is stainless. you could never be too careful. So the assembly is just the reverse of the disassembly. So we're gonna go ahead and put in our grips there. Put our screw back in. And we screw our guide back on. Our safety is good. All right, so slide nice and clean, nice and lubricated. We're gonna get our firing pin spring. We're gonna get our guide, which is also our loaded chamber indicator, because this little piece, if you guys can tell, this little piece goes on the back of the frame right here, and when it's cocked back, it actually protrudes out the back of the frame. I don't know if you guys can see that. Well, see that there? It protrudes out the back of the frame to let you know that it is cocked back and loaded. So that is our little guide chamber, loaded chamber indicator. Goes on one side of the firing pin spring, and then our firing pin on the opposite side. We lay our slide down, and then we make sure that the catch for the sear, all right, for the firing pin is facing upwards, and we slide it in the slide. Okay, then we're gonna get our barrel, and same thing, go straight in, lugs facing down. So these lugs made up with our frame, right? So imagine once it goes into the firearm, it's showing this way. So when we lock it up and we rotate that barrel, it goes into those grooves in the frame, and that's what retains everything together, right? So that's why we're sliding them in and out of those locking lug recesses. So get our barrel towards the inside of the frame, rotate clockwise to lock her in. All right, we're gonna get our recoil spring assembly. We're gonna present it. It has a little nipple in the front, right? A protrusion in the front of the recoil spring, which meets up with the recess in the slide. So put two together, then we get our slide, make sure it's centered, slide, receiver, and we get it in. Then now you just cock it back until the lugs on the inside match up with your barrel. Rotate back counterclockwise to lock everything up, and she is assembled, lubricated, ready to go. And she's feeling also great, also beautiful. We also serviced our magazine, cleaned up all the gunk off of it, and lubricated it. So that is ready to go. All right guys, so that brings us to the end of our video. If you liked this video, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to our channel. Hit the little bell notification button so that way YouTube lets you know when we upload new content to the channel. As always, I'll leave links down below for all the tools that we use in these videos, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. Peace.